Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend for a maybe slightly shorter than normal episode today. That's my bad, I have not managed my time super well today, but I did make a really good lasagna, so I'm at peace with it. Hopefully you all can be too. Maybe, listen, if you want some of the lasagna, just send me your P.O. box address and, we'll get that taken care of. So, we got a lot of things going well for us. We gotta talk about cities. Let me zoom back up here. Oh, Control F10? Is that the... Nope, that's not right. Somebody told me how to turn off... There it is. It is Control F10, but it only works if you use left control. Alright, so let's talk about city shapes here. This is not ideal, obviously. A city... Each borough that you build gives negative approval. So, we want to build out our cities just like any other faction does, in order to get as many of our districts leveled up as possible. However, because we cannot place a pillar on a district, and I believe you can't build a district on a location that currently has a pillar on it, I think that's true. Obviously, our ideal city shapes are a little different. For a lot of factions, it's cool to just build a triangle. In a triangle, half of the middle of each side is level 2, and half of the districts in a city being level 2 is, like, pretty good. Actually, let me bring my... Well, that's not right at all. What I did there was open up the menu with the UI still turned off. If we click in here... Actually, you didn't even need to do that. You can see we're minus 10 approval from the Borough Street. And then I believe a district that is level 2 gives plus 15 approval on top of that. So you're actually only netting 5. But, basically, two level 2 districts can negate some of the... a couple of level 2 districts can negate some of the approval hit of having other districts not be level 2. So for us, what I'm thinking is, if we build, like, in this hex... Let me turn this back off. If we build in this hex, and this hex, we get the city center to level 2. In addition, we'll be getting pretty good coverage on these, right? We'll pick up this spot and this spot as exploitations, so more pillar coverage. The next time our pillars level up, I believe it's when your pillars hit level 3, they gain a hex of range, so it'll cover everything within 2 hexes of it. And when our pillars are doing that, we'll actually be working a really significant number of those tiles once we've built these districts. Once we've done that, it becomes a little bit awkward to figure out where to build next. I guess we could build a district right here, and that'll level this one up, and give us more natural spots to put down pillars. And then I guess once we have that shape, so like a diamond here with little bits hanging off the sides, then like building a district here... no, that's already leveled up. I guess I don't need to be thinking this far ahead. We're not going to get past that in this video, but I think we can make a city that's kind of ball-shaped but still has these alcoves on the edges. Still take advantage of the pillars very effectively, but also have the middle of our expanding sort of ball-shaped city leveling up over time. Okay, what else do we need to think about right now? We don't have the text for luxury or strategic resource extraction from this era, and I think we probably want to pick up strategics, right? We have these 2 adamantium deposits, and we probably ought to get Chisas pretty quickly, which will give us 2 palladium deposits. I think that's the right thing to do here. Like I said, at some point we're going to have to take on the cult, or they're going to take us on. But I'm not really in a big hurry, and the longer we let them live, the better their city will be when we do take it. We just have to make sure that we want to maximize the amount of time they have with their city, up to the point where they might kill us. We want to attack right before that moment. It's going to require a little bit of strategic thinking here. We're going to have to keep an eye on them as best we can. Although I guess now that we've met them, they do show up on the status screen graphs, so I guess I don't have to be too vigilant. We can always just go look at the graphs. Alright, you guys have some movement points left. I don't remember if I was going anywhere specific. The first episode after a weekend, right? It's always a little rough. We're building our market, food stuff. Yeah, okay. I think this is reasonable. We are 14 to 34 turns away from the next winter. Our altar is in construction now, so we'll be able to look at the upcoming winter penalties and maybe throw a vote or two in presently. Hey, how long do we have on those pillars, actually? That's a thing I am realizing that I don't know. Oh, is it dust eclipse time again already? Oh yeah, I guess it was all dark and stuff. I should have known. So the answer is that I can't... Show me the tooltip for the pillar. It's just showing me the tile. There we go. 1 turn. Okay. Our emerald booster is unused, but intentionally. Yeah, we're gaining 4 gold per turn, so we're gonna get... We're bringing in our gold faster than we will spend it, for the moment. We definitely... Ah, yes, that's right. That's why I was standing there with 1 point of movement left, because of this. Because I knew that the dust eclipse was coming, and I wanted all of this dust. Wow, that was 280 dust there. Well, we may be purchasing a hero in the very near future. I think we should probably head up toward Winter Immunity, and then we'll come back for Iron Taskmaster. Yeah, so do we want to split the hero off? Probably, right? The army can run for these two. The hero can come down and loot the ones near the capital again. That worked out for us pretty well last time. So, are you... You are not on assignment cooldown. Excellent. Get unassigned, and then made into an army. Alright, so you'll be able to do that next turn, and we need to have a quick look at the costs of the heroes on the marketplace right now. We're looking at about 500 to 550. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to put down our 2 pillars as soon as they end. Just replace them. I think the science is well worth it, and we'll figure out what to do with the rest of the dust soon after. We also should think about another settler, right? 299 industry is the current cost of a settler. So that's not that many turns coming out of Frida. And Frida is really the best city in the Empire. I guess it has all its people on industry, is a lot of why. But, like, maybe we should just jam this settler out as quickly as possible. Probably before we finish the granary, because obviously the granary's effect will be pretty muted while we're building the settler. And just, just go and get this done, because I really do want to start mining as quickly as possible. We're going to be testing our approval a little bit, but we have access to both sewers and markets. We can make it work. It's going to be fine. Maria has basic stuff queued up. We're all good and queued up now. And now that we actually have some roads in place, our hero may be able to get up here and hit some of these ruins as well. It depends on how long the dust eclipse is. I'm really hoping for just a whole ton of dust here. It would be so nice if we could get another hero off of this dust eclipse. Alright, so we got ourselves another 130 dust, and another turn to wait. Also, message from another player. Okay, the queen is gently threatening us. That's a very low-intensity threat. I'm not too concerned about it. They are letting us know, though, that they are thinking about war. War is in their weird little robo-brains. Alright, so we definitely want to put down the Pillars of Knowledge. Empire output per turn, 339. Then we get our pillars up. And now it's 423. Not too bad for 145 dust. After we get the smelting station finished, do I want to pick up bread and circuses? I'm thinking that at the moment, tech that requires us to build stuff is maybe of low value, considering our cities are pretty busy. So this is a way we can get some value without having to spend. and then we can get back on probably like statistical methods and fluid biomechanics and whatnot. All right, what would the next pillar cost? 275. This one. Probably not worth putting down, because I'm still very hopeful about getting a hero here. There's an adamantium facility over there in the water. I would like to go get it. We really have not played navally at all, and unfortunately, due to the positions I put a bunch of our cities down in, this is not really a great game for us to play navally, especially since we don't necessarily have to interact with the other players very much if we are going to go for a science victory, which I think we are. Alright, finished our altar. So, this might not be a good navy game, but we should try to play a more naval game soon. Alright, we'll head up this way, get on the road over here, and then try to make it up to the other cities in time. And this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, so as long as the Dust Eclipse is still up next turn, we get 2 more ruin searches, and that may well be enough to put us on hero. You are, without question, building that adamantine extractor. Holy crap, that is taking forever. I guess we don't have our apprenticeship registry up, and man, this would make a big difference. Alright, this may be another one of those things where we need to focus people on industry for a minute to get our industry going so that we can go back to food focusing. It's a delicate balance, you know? Don't think I'm in a huge hurry here. The central market's going to put us up to 70%, which is happy. Which means the sewer system is of relatively low value past that. Oh no, sewers are 20%, not 10%. So actually, the sewer system is going to make us top level approval. Ecstatic? Is ecstatic only in Endless Space? I don't remember. But the good one. You know, the really good one. That said, I do think we got to keep investing in food, even though it feels wrong every single time. Yeah, let's stay focused. We have a good plan. Let's stay on the plan. So we're not too far off of potentially being able to threaten the cult with Tier 2 strategic weapons. Or sorry, Tier 1 strategic weapons of the second tier of strategic resources. You know what I mean. Although, obviously, before we're a real threat to the cult, we probably have to research another military unit or two and, you know, actually build an army. Another 150 dust. Excellent. And remember, the pearls are not really a priority. They will still be there next turn. The Dust Eclipse could end at any moment. Okay, so we are definitely on hero money now. Yeah, feeling pretty good about it. Oh, you know what I didn't do is this. We got to check out our altar. So, right now, -1 range in battle on ranged units, but +1 on support units is winning. I think we're okay with this. We will pick up ranged units eventually. But, like, I'm okay with this in the sense that I don't want to pay 24 pearls just to have another prayer tie up with it. Yeah, it seems unreasonable to me. Okay. The Chapel of Auriga is extremely relevant to us. We've done a good job of settling in regions that have 3 minor faction villages, so this is a lot of population. I think we're probably going to take this. The Iceworks is also very good for us. Been pretty aggressive with the river stuff. And then, of course, Nyctalopian Lenses says plus 10% science on it, so that's really good. We need a lot of pearls. I think this is the first priority. Yes, I think so. We're not going to be able to actually build one just yet, but we're about to pick up pearls on this coming turn. How many is this? 2 and then 1? Yeah. Well, enough to build it in one place. Oh, I should, like, buy the hero, probably. That would be a good idea. Listen, it's very important for you to, like, wait an extra turn. You know, you really want the, you want the heroes hungry to work for you. You want them to think you don't need them. Puts you in a better position salary negotiation-wise. Oh, apparently I did this. Okay, so we've unlocked Virtus Temple, and now we must build the Virtus Temple improvement in our new city. By the way, somebody pointed out to me that once you've constructed Virtus Temple in your new city, you can just burn it down and then build it somewhere else, which we will probably be doing, because obviously it's quite a good building. And this is not the ideal place to put it. What does it cost? Oh, nothing, just industry, okay. Yep, well, let's work on that, because obviously it's very important to me that we get our faction quest moving. That is 4 pearls, but also it's out of the way. This is 8 pearls, and it's a lot less out of the way. Really love to get some... wait, hold on, move this way. If we move to here, we don't get to search the ruin this turn. We've discovered the Dish of Canuck. Okay. That is an alright shield. And then we can maybe... No, we're not going to get to another one this coming turn, but we could get here afterward. Maybe we'll be that lucky. And if the Dust Eclipse is up for that long, we'll get this and maybe even that. That's pretty good. All right, let's remember to actually hire a hero before I hit end turn again. So, what do we have access to here? Science Boost 1. Samos Leaper Greenblade is entirely an army hero. Pretty good one, though. Science Boost 3, and, as a Vaulter, he's got some basic science stuff, although not a lot of good stuff as you go up the tree. In Influence, Efficiency, Influence Boost. Industry Boost 1 is fine. I actually would kind of like to see a Necrophage hero with the slavery trait, which most Necrophage heroes have, because we have so many cities that have 3 minor faction villages. Kind of unfortunate that we haven't seen one. Fence Boost 3, Food Boost 1, Influence Boost 2. I think we're probably taking Pex here. Science Boost 3 is what? 6 science? 12 science per hero level. Wow. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I don't think anybody else is even close. If we had like a good industry or food booster, that might be worth considering. Yeah, alright, it's this guy. And we need governors in Emaroya and Quausk. I guess Emaroya is building stuff rapidly, so... Yeah, there's an opportunity for a lot of XP here. And they're not too different, like, in terms of actual, like, the gain that they would receive from that hero. He doesn't really have any positional stuff or things that care about rivers or anything. We are not going to be able to afford a second one. I'm pretty certain of that. Do we just go straight into another science tech? We're going to need to up our titanium extraction rates probably at some point here. Or should we go into dust refinery and really push that dust economy idea and then worry about coming back to this once we can, you know, just buy the buildings out? I actually really like this idea, and we have glass steel to play with. Once we have dust, it won't hurt so badly that our industry is all screwed up. Alright, come on, just give me a couple more turns of Dust Eclipse. And then in both Quausk and Frida, we need to build the chapels. Those should be pretty high on the priority list. Oh, the settler's done. So where do we settle here? Hold on, I didn't actually figure this out. We have, if we zoom out here and just get the raw anomaly view, there are only 2 anomalies in the whole region. This is a food-centric location. Well, if I settle over here, I have no industry, right? We could settle there and get up to 3. If I settle, like, here or here... Actually, this looks pretty good to me. It's going to be a slow-growing city, but we're going to have access to the Palladian deposit for building an intensifier on, and probably the same is true for the dyes. Yeah, so... Move to here for right now, and I think we may be settling in this spot. Not a decision I have to make right this second. You guys can come down here and get me some of this. The Tome of Endless Savagery, which makes you a Guardian Slayer. Also... oh. I was about to say, this is probably the cult yelling at me. But it's just blue telling me they love how I'm not really trying to win the game, which is... it's mildly enraging. I'm very slightly enraged right now. Just the tiniest amount. Our buddy Strikes Far is leveling up, so we can make his city build units faster on the way up to a big percentage increase in food. I think that's probably the play, just because it gets us closer toward Cold Operator. I want to get Cold Operator up in as many cities as possible, as quickly as possible. Even though I do want to take another big flat food bonus. Man, maybe this is worth it. What is the food output of... no, wait, his city is Frida, right? Frida's outputting 67 food right now. It is also being menaced by nameless archers. With, you know, stats. Not great stats, but... 106.60 is certainly enough to beat us in a fight. You know, after we get the dust refinery up, it may be uncommon alloys time. I'm not too stressed about getting uncommon alloys up right away because we won't really be able to make use of them without, first of all, having our mining up, and secondly, having some dust for retrofitting and stuff. But this does make me a little concerned. Okay, so if we get one more turn, we'll get one more ruin. Another turn beyond that gets us one more. This is going well-ish, this eclipse. I think I am going to take the food. I think we're just really investing in food early this game. Maybe that will turn out to have been foolish. I don't know. That's pushed us up to 83% approval. If we popped the emeralds right now, we would not be pushed to the highest approval bracket, so we're going to hold off. When we have enough gold to pop this gold booster next turn, however, it may make sense to pop them together. What are my individual city approval levels? Happy. Okay, we have one fervent. Is this a place where I built a market already? Probably. Sewer system's actually going to be really good for us. And then in Frida, I want to get a chapel up, and I think we want to get that chapel up before the glass steel extractor. Probably the central market should be finished, though. And then Quausk is the other spot where that's really important. Yeah, that's just free population. Okay. I was kind of hoping that it might be feasible for us to get another hero after that, but it's looking unlikely. We'd have to get lucky with the dust eclipse being, like, very long. Make sure we move quickly here to avoid getting attacked by that minor faction army there. It is not to my benefit to fight with them right now. Although, actually, from the position that I'm in, if they walked over here and attacked me, we might get to use Quausk's garrison against them. Not sure. Oh, hey, yeah, Empire Plan time. I totally spaced. That's potentially not great. Let's search the ruins before we make any Empire Plan moves. 15 Adamantian. Okay. Is this settled? Oh, this settled could be this turn. We don't know yet. Okay. So, Empire Plan. That's 80. So we're not going to be able to afford this. Yeah, that would be 240 by itself. We could do, like... we could do just this, and then hold off. We could do that with the intention of pushing our dust economy a little bit. This might be the right play. Going for the unit cost reduction is also something worth considering. I mean, do we currently We currently have that bonus, right? I can't see what my previous empire plan was. Let's pop into a city. Yeah, 25 from empire plan. So we're about to lose 25 approval is what I'm actually being told. But we do have approval buildings going up in some of our cities. I could have planned for this, but honestly, I'm not sure that it would have been to our benefit to allocate citizens off of other stuff enough to get 60 more influence. That's a lot of lost resources. Let's do this for now. Give ourselves some ability to work out our dust problems. And then... So it's not exactly... When we lose 25 approval in each city from our empire plan, it's not exactly the same thing as our empire approval value going down by 25%, because I guess I'm not sure that I've ever talked about this explicitly during this series, but the way your empire approval value is reached is that it takes all of the approval values of your cities and combines them to reach the number, but the values are weighted by population. So cities that have greater populations count more. So, like, we'll lose 25 points in Kwahusk, but it won't actually probably take us down to 75, right? Because we're over 100. So, let's see, 60, 45, yeah, we're quite a bit over 100, in fact. So it will be less than a 25-point drop for 10 of our Empire's citizens, which means our happiness level will not actually drop by 25 points, but I don't have the math right now. I just don't. So I'm going to pop these now. Basically, where I was going is, I'm not sure that popping these two together is actually going to take us over a threshold. We may end up at low happy, with these just taking us to the middle of happy, but the amount of dust we get out of using our gold booster is actually pretty good, like, no matter what. We should do this regardless of whether it pushes us up an approval bracket. Yeah, that was like a 40 dust change. And then we do this. We're not actually going to be fervent because we're about to found a city and that's going to drop our approval. I think I do, in fact, want to put it down right there. Alright, so if we move to here, we gain access to the button. This start is 11,925. We don't really have... Yeah, we don't have anything that's even close anywhere else. If we settle around here, we could get 13 food going. This is a plus approval anomaly. That certainly does factor in. And this isn't so bad. 13, 4, 6, 6, 10. We should probably do this. It does put us considerably further away from the Palladian, thus making it harder to get the what do you call it, the intensifier up, but yeah, I think this is a better location. We're sacrificing 5 industry for a little bit of food and a bunch of science, and also that approval may actually be pretty meaningful. Okay. What's the best way to get up there and settle knowing that these things are going to be hunting us? They have 4 move. So if I move to here... See, the game is recommending that I just do that. I think that's probably right. These guys will go 1, 2, 3. Attack us. And then remember, if we get attacked again at the beginning of the turn afterward, our guy just dies. And moving from a space adjacent to an enemy army to another space adjacent to an enemy army costs you a bunch of extra movement. But I guess they'll be able to attack me at the beginning of the next turn. I'll be able to, like, move out to here and then just rush settle at the beginning of the turn after. So yeah, I think this is right. This lets me push forward no matter which direction they attack us from. The fact that our settler got attacked once and had to retreat doesn't actually matter. Yeah, okay. I think this is fine. Alandarin is about to be done with its sewer system, and... this point, lumber mills look pretty reasonable, but also maybe we just want to build more burrows, like I was saying earlier. This is a pretty big gain. Although maybe we actually want to build out to the side first. We probably want to build like here or here first, because we want to pick up more value from the pillars. That's not bad. 5482. And just keep focusing on food, because we're going to keep needing population as we build out our city. Alright, I am reasonably happy with the way everything looks right now. And we do get a turn or two of fervency, since we are now settling our city a little bit later. Let's let these guys commit to their move first. Oh! Never mind. I need to actually, like, go, because we could get attacked twice, potentially. In fact, that really sucks. Do this. Sometimes neutrals will decline to interact with armies that are not in their region. So I'm hoping mostly what's going to happen here. At this point, these guys have spent enough movement. Okay, I feel safe walking in here, even though it is probably going to get us attacked, because we'll be able to rush settle the city at the beginning of next turn without getting attacked again. Somebody else has, the cultists, in fact, have gotten a hero to level 8 on turn 61. Yeah, definitely a concern. Also, unwanted oxidation. So, strategic resource items are more expensive. In order to get rid of that, we're going to have to deal with this curse. We must donate a total of 40 adamantium. Where are the ruins for this? Are any of them actually in a place that I can access? Okay, yes, one of them is right there. Great, okay. So, donate adamantium. Every time you put in 8 adamantium, you will get 100 dust. And at the end of the quest, whoever did the best, whoever contributed the most times, gets 40 Hyperion. This is a thing that we are going to... We're just going to solve it. I'm not going to put up with my stuff being expensive, and also, that's just free stuff right there. That's not even really a bad rate, if you just think about that as, like, selling adamantium. We may as well merge our people back up. I'm a little sad that we didn't get to search the last temple ruin, but that dust eclipse was long enough for us to profit from pretty majorly. And we may yet be able to buy another hero, actually. So we need to enter in the settle command here. This does also give us a coastal city, so we can build boats now. I don't know. Maybe it'll matter. So we're just going to mash this button at the beginning of next turn and get that settle off. And then everywhere else is doing important stuff. Yeah, important stuff is happening. Husk is working on that. Amaroya is trying desperately to move the faction quest forward. And yeah, I'm just going to go over here and drop a bunch of stuff in here. By the way, searching this ruin does count as an interaction with a ruin, so our hero will get XP a bunch of times in a row really quickly here. We have enough resources to put in 3 times right now, which will guarantee that we get the Best Contributor award, in addition to suddenly receiving 300 dust. We're just going to mash the heck out of this button, because I would love it if my settler didn't get attacked. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point, because we will get attacked at most one time, which we would survive. Alright, somebody else built the Alchemic Institute. Now that is a shame. That is a science-focused wonder. Let's have a quick look and see who it was. I'm hoping that it's going to turn out to have been the cult. Hold on. My instinct is to grab scientific literacy for the science, but we probably have to start making toward inspirational leader and cold operator. You can only move up or laterally on these links, so you cannot, unfortunately, move from Firestarter to inspirational leader, but you can go the other direction. And actually, looking at this now, it may be the case that scientific literacy is the best way to go. Scientific literacy to deadly anatomy, which does nothing, unfortunately. over to Defender, and then Inspirational Leader, and then the top two. Here we have the city of Chisas. We probably have to rush the mill foundry here. That's actually probably worth our dust. City is not very productive just yet. And then seed storage this quickly. We have a winter coming in 5 to 25 turns. Am I better off building something else here? Like going straight into the Palladian extractors? Those are very expensive. I mean, the 15% extra food part of seed storage still works during the winter. I think I'm going to leave it like this. We may get big value because it may be the case that it's a slow winter, and that would be cool. And if not, we can still, assign people to food during the winter and get their values increased. Alright, so we now have 1 adamantium coming in per turn. Where was my other source of adamantium? Oh, right here. Yeah, we have something else going on. We'll get to that extractor eventually. I think that buying out that mill foundry was the right thing to do rather than trying to save dust for a hero. It makes a big difference. I guess I could have tried to save dust to get a hero who is good at industry. I don't know. It may not be the case that one of those is available. We may not have an Industry Boost 2 hero on the market when we have enough dust to buy again. Like, this is maybe not the totally optimal play, but it is the play that definitely works. Whereas hoping that we'll get a hero who will fix our problems is a little bit more uncertain. Alright, so we're building population and burrows in a lot of places, quest stuff. Well, yeah, this is all good and important. I'll be super bummed out if winter comes right after that seed storage finishes. But I think the upside of even getting a few turns of the extra 10 food is worth the risk. And the odds are, the median value here will give us quite a bit of time with the seed storage up. Yeah, I think this was right. I think we're okay. I know I don't sound like I think it was right, but you're just gonna have to trust me. I totally do. And then once the uncommon alloys are done, we need to start thinking about what our military could look like. Also, I gotta say, I said something earlier about not having managed my time well. It's really, in a really dumb way, I didn't manage my time well today. Because part of it was like, I woke up this morning and thought, oh man, lasagna. Lasagna would be wonderful. And I follow an old family recipe for lasagna. When my mom cooked food, she was cooking food for kids. So she made real little kidified versions of the food. So a lot of the old family recipes are just real little kidified versions of food. So like, my lasagna doesn't have any vegetables in it, nor does it have ricotta cheese, which I guess technically in some people's mind makes it not a lasagna, I've been told. I don't like ricotta. But part of me not managing my time well was me going all the way out to the grocery store, buying all the stuff for the lasagna, getting home and realizing that the meat must have fallen out of the basket at the store, because I definitely put a pound of beef into the basket, and then definitely extremely did not purchase a pound of beef. I double checked the receipt, and I don't remember scanning it. It just wasn't in there. I don't know what happened. So I had to go to the store again, which is a dumb way to lose, 45 minutes. Yeah, we're not doing anything this turn. This is a boring turn. It's a boring turn. I'm spicing it up with my story. But so the fact that I could not keep my head on straight long enough to make sure I was buying all of the things I needed at the store is basically why stuff's a little short today. It's my bad. But at least now you've all gotten to laugh at me. To reassert that feeling of superiority that you have. So that's good. That's what I've given you in return. Oh, right. That's the thing we need to spend dust on. Pillars got to keep pilling. Oh, nope. Back up. They do have enough movement to come over here. I want to make sure we're fighting them in range of the the city garrison spot because they are cavalry. Militia are extremely effective against them. And hey, that's like a bunch of stuff over there. A fanatic? A pair of fanatics. A pair of nameless guard. 3 nameless guard, in fact. A preacher. Their units are spread out so oddly over their territory here. Or over their territory. Over their army. I'm definitely going to just put down the same 2 pillars. These are good pillars. That one didn't go down. Oh, right, because I don't have... Well, first of all, now it's 160 dust for the second one, so that's not ideal. We'll have it in a second. But this is the important one. Okay, let us fight. I believe the way Strikes Far works... I think he is not eliminated in battle unless this whole army is eliminated. So even if he falls here, we probably will not have to heal him back up. We definitely want to keep our hero way outside of the battle. And in fact, I kind of don't want any of my units actually in this fight if we can avoid it. But I don't want to start there. Well, the Warlock has to be in front. Warlock goes here, you go over here, and we let the militia handle a lot of this. Actually, we probably do it like this, so that this guy has a little bit less space he has to walk around. Yeah, 66, 34, 90. They're not actually that dangerous. They're just dangerous relative to our kind of bad units. And you have 4 moves, so you can get in here and attack the Zealot. I really hope you don't. I hope you are easily distracted. You are just AFK. You know, take a break. You've earned it. I think this guy may run to here, so I'm going to leave this attack order on, because he may be in range. Everybody try to kill this guy. Oh, that monster, he's blocking our reinforcements. Okay, worst case scenario there. Oh, wow. That was a lot of damage. Apparently everything's going to be fine. Also, apparently, you need to be told to run away. This guy is actually going for us. We're going to have these units wrap around behind the rest of the army. Also, fairly obsessed with my my hero for some reason. So this is bad. Now my hero's taking damage. This is exactly what I was trying to avoid. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. I don't have the ability to move away anymore. Okay, he took 0. That's pretty good. I guess that works out for us. So no actual damage to the army there. It's pretty good. You step in here. We're just going to get a ton of XP. I'm pretty sure this works. He is currently 70 XP into level 4. Yep, now he's 150. Wow, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good amount of XP he's gaining there. Contribute one more time. So now we are locked in as the best contributor, and also, weren't we supposed to get her contribution 100 dust? It doesn't pay out until the quest is actually complete. I don't think that's the way that used to work. Maybe I'm wrong, though. It's been a little while since I played the game. Well, we will eventually be able to finish this off. And obviously, it's not ideal for us to produce any strategic weapons until it is done. They're going to be very expensive. I don't know. We'll see. So, we get to talk about military stuff. It sure is looking like the cultists are thinking they're going to threaten us. So maybe we go back and can get, like, military science and zealots and meritocratic promotion. And we have our fancy new weapons available to us. Although, actually, we already had weapons available. Tier 3 titanium and glass steel weapons, I will say, are very expensive. If we have a quick look here, if we wanted to build some of these for one of our warlocks, We're talking about 17 titanium. Yeah, not really a sustainable rate of spending. I'm a little worried they're just going to declare war on me here. That would not be ideal. We're not in a terrible position, like as far as unit defense goes, and we could re-equip the hero with some gear. We can retrofit the Telsum Warlock. We actually can't retrofit the Zealots because we don't have the ability to build Zealots. I do think military science comes first. We need to build up our defenses to make sure we don't die before we can worry about whether or not we can kill. And then we also have to, we have to like clear out some minor factions, and this is the dangerous position we find ourselves in here. You know what else we might want to pick up, actually, is the ability to assimilate another minor faction. May well be worth it. So what do I want you to do in the interim? I guess we can come over here and attack these guys and try to use the city to finish them off. That is also just free XP for our hero. At some point I'm actually going to have to heal him. Obviously, it's not a huge priority. Alright, so Quausk and Frida are both about to be working on a lot of population. We definitely need to get these dust refineries running. Do I need to start focusing on food again, though? Somebody just entered a new era, not really a big deal to us. Or rather, not relevant. Nothing we can do about that, and that does not change our plan at all. Yeah, let's try to get the dust refineries up. In particular, it would be great to get these done before winter. The glass steel extractor is definitely worth building. Both of them, in fact. But this is probably worth building more. And actually, this sewer system is pretty high value. Get the city up to the highest level of, highest tier of happiness. Alright, Chisas has its most basic buildings in place. Probably sewers here as well. And then the other basic buildings will have to go up there. It's a little unfortunate that the roads all run from city to adjacent city. It's like, in this situation, it would make more sense for us to just build a road in this tile and be able to do that than have to always wrap around the ruin. But unfortunately, you have no manual road building, so we're just going to have to put up with the weirdness that the terrain causes. Alright, we're going to move forward on the faction quest next turn. I don't remember... Okay, we're getting a bunch of titanium for this. Actually, not a terrible thing to have. And then we can probably play out, like, another turn or two here. The episode's not going to be that much shorter than usual, but it definitely cannot, like, extend to 90 minutes today. Which is a thing that seems to be happening a lot lately. Okay, we have once again failed to accomplish a thing. Right, the Draken beat us to Benevolent Emperor, which is a shame. That's pretty good city improvement. You gotta actually have time to build it for it to do anything for you, though. And we've gotten ourselves this temple. The temple is built, the laboratories stocked with instruments of magnificent dread. Now my alchemists bring me designs for a place where dust magic can be properly studied, where pain can be quantified. Weird. That's actually really weird. Peck's Care is definitely just getting us some more science. Now that he's got a level on him, technically he'd be more effective as the governor of Alandarin, but also, too bad. Mostly he's here to get value from the city, not to provide value to the city. Learning and suffering proceed apace at Verda's temple, as screams of enlightenment and ecstasy echo from the buildings day and night. Dust is much more than we ever imagined. It is no simple spice or mineral that we once presumed. Wait a minute, are people eating the dust? I guess that makes sense, right? The roving clans are very, like, spice merchant patterned, but that really never occurred to me. You can't just eat. It's nanomachines. They're gonna do stuff inside of you. They're still gonna be functional. It teems and writhes and endlessly transforms itself into million-hued aspects. For real, don't eat anything that does that. Almost as if it was alive. Sometimes it makes a man a savant of numbers. Sometimes it makes him able to scale a wall in 3 bounds. Sometimes it makes his heart hammer so hard it erupts from his chest in a crimson fire. Why would anyone eat this stuff? I am certain that long ago our forgotten ancestors mastered this dust and enslaved it to do their bidding in miraculous ways. We are far from that point, but our path is clear. We have climbed onto the foothills of knowledge and caught a glimpse of boundless lands beyond. But we must keep climbing until dust contains no more mysteries than does water. But to reach that place, we must know more of the magic of dust and how it has come to permeate Auriga. We must study the land itself, the anomalies that populate it like gifts from a mad but loving god. And there is something else. One of my inquisitors, Reza, has made it her personal mission to fully understand the circumstances of my brother's death. Painstaking work into Verda's expeditions and known whereabouts over the seasons preceding his death have indicated that he had established his own private sanctuary. But I move with too much haste. Planning, like pain, must be done with patience and precision. I will let Reza carry on her investigations. Once we have learned more of the greater answers, we can more easily concentrate on these smaller ones. So, exploit 6 anomalies within your empire in order to study the origins and magics of Auriga. I believe that this will automatically complete at the beginning of next turn, because we are definitely on 6 anomalies already. And we'll get Cold Engineering, which unlocks the winter versions of the pillars. You may have noticed that the pillars are slightly less effective during winter than you would like. You can see the Arcana version there, +3 science on tiles within the pillar's range for 10 turns during winter, instead of the +5 that we're currently getting. Here we have some basics to build. It's going to be the sewer system, pretty much always. Eventually we need to get this thing. Honestly, that's not that far from now. And we do also need to get a chapel built, but I'm out of pearls. Well, we'll get there. Here's a question. Are there 9 turns left on this pillar? 7. I was thinking maybe we do put down a second pillar now, and we just wait until they both run out to reestablish another one. I think I'm going to do that. I think I want to keep moving our science at a pretty brisk pace here. Okay, you will get to initiate combat on your own terms, so I think we're actually done with this turn then. Well, let's see if we do, in fact, just immediately get our, This is not awesome here, but it's still science. Probably want to get apprenticeship registry up. Yeah, at some point we want to be able to move some people back to food. Eventually. Okay, let's, like I said, let's end the turn and see if we do, in fact, get that quest right away. It might mean exploit 6 new anomalies or something, but we definitely are on 6 anomalies. Because we have at least 1 anomaly in each city and a couple of cities with 2. Yep, that did just move us along immediately. Increase your notoriety and develop your network to collect information. Produce a minimum of 30 influence for a period of 5 turns in 1 city. Okay. That's quite a bit of influence. A little bit more than I'm comfortable having to produce, frankly. Alright, I'm going to attack these guys. And we're just going to see if we can burn them down without taking a lot of damage. Experience points just waiting to be had. And you know what? I'm gonna put our hero front and center here because we get to attack first. I'm not gonna try to hold off. We're gonna rush these guys. So if I put you here, you can go 1, 2, 3 because the hero's gonna end up in this space. This way, it tells the warlock can at least get some fighting done. You want to do that. You cannot... Wait, really? Oh, there's a cliff here. Well... crud. I guess it's possible that our hero will be dead by the time this guy's turn comes around. So this spot might be available. Boy, he does do damage, doesn't he? Yeah, we picked a good combat hero. That guy knows what he is doing. Yeah, moving pretty quickly toward level 6. Probably be able to get it next turn, actually. I don't think we want to go anywhere. Yeah, let's just chill here. We still actually don't have full vision of the region. Hold on. Let's step up here because it will reveal that tile. We definitely want to have that revealed just in case there was a resource on it, or in case there is an as yet unrevealed resource on it, which totally could be the case. So we have to get to how much? 30 influence per turn in one city. Well, we can do that. Not ideal, but... yeah, what if we just do this to get through the quest? Because again, there's a pillar level up somewhere in this quest, and I want it. What's the actual reward here? 30 spices, which is enough to pop a booster. Spices are a food resource too, so it's a good booster. Yeah, all right, we'll commit on this really hard. Plus, this will give us a lot of influence for the turn 80 Empire plan. We might be a little bit behind where we should be on science, though. I'm worried. We're getting through our text quickly, I guess. All right, let's do one more turn. A lot of that is me just wanting to wrap this up. This will be a little bit uglier, because these guys do more damage. Obviously, these units were spawned for the defeat one army or the other quest that you sometimes get from ruins. Clearly, these guys are intended to be fought by the cultists, and we are ruining their quest by doing this, and I am fine with that. You know why? Because screw them is why. Definitely reactivate the gold booster, we need the dust, and then there's no sense in reactivating the emeralds right now. Let's just hold off. It's not going to change... actually, is it going to change our approval level anywhere? Usk is... oh... Usk will go up to the next approval tier. Yeah, we should do this. Yeah, Fervent. Definitely worth pushing Fervent. Once we have this is 20 dust plus 30% dust for this city. That's a big deal. We're gonna... all of a sudden, our economy is gonna feel really good. Alright, we have important buildings going on everywhere, and let's have one last fight here. That's a little inconvenient. You only have 2 move. There's no space from which our hero can attack an enemy unit on the first turn. And then these guys all move, and then we get to shoot at them after that, so that's pretty cool. What is their movement range? Just 2? So they don't get to attack us either. This guy's going to end up here. This guy... this is a cliff face. So these two are out of the combat entirely. This guy's going to move to here. We don't have to let him actually shoot anybody. Okay. probably focus on that one. The melee characters probably have to run forward. But I think this guy's going to get killed just by our ranged. We don't have to worry about that with anybody else. Okay, not a terrible start. You end up here and get to fire. Actually, we want our hero to stay put for one turn, just so that we don't sustain any damage this turn either. Well, until the Telsum Warlock's turn. He's going to sustain some damage. By the way, I haven't used our spells at all in combat. I have not felt that it was worth the dust cost, but here they are, and this is how they work. You know, they cost a small amount of dust, and dust has been too valuable a resource for us so far. I do appreciate the militia going before the warlocks and trying to take the hit for them. That's some good teamwork. Alright, that was 11 more XP, so this guy, yeah, he's close to a level. He'll get there. Boy, where do I want them to go right now? I don't know. Get back on the road. We'll decide stuff later. So I think that is going to be it for us for today. I don't think we have any other big moves to make. Down here, we're going to want to... Once we have that up, this space is not counting as forested, but we have 1, 2, this is 3, 4, 5. We have 5 forest tiles. The lumber mill is getting closer and closer to being right. But honestly, we probably want to get to work on our dust refinery. At some point, we will build the Center for Mineralogy here, but that point is probably pretty far off. Yeah, that's definitely what we're working toward next. All right, we got to get dust and science going. We do have to keep expanding, although I think our next expansion is probably going to wait until winter. We'll build the settler during the winter, and then we'll pick up some more territory. I don't know exactly where yet. Malaria's is not terrible, but it also doesn't have any revealed resources. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. That, however, is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. Maybe we'll actually build a military unit. I don't know. And we'll see you then.